and Wellness Center.
You've heard the superintendent's recommendation. Is there a motion to approve? Is there a second? Is there any discussion?
Madam Chair, I would like to do a little bit of discussion, please. I wanted to go over who was on the committee before we get started. It was Superintendent Kopp, myself from the school board, from the city of Frankfort, it was Mayor Wilkerson and Amber Moreland. From the fiscal court, it was Judge Mueller and Jack Kennedy. And then we had Randy Newcomb from Visit Frankfort, Scotty Tracy from the Franklin County Sports Tourism Commission, who is granting the funding for this approval. And then Dan Liebman acted as the citizen member of the committee. And I think next we're going to have a presentation from Schmidt.
Call to order the special meeting of the City of Frankfort Board of Commissioners. Today is April 2nd, 2022. City Clerk, call the roll.
If she called my name, I couldn't hear, but I'm here.
Here.
Here. And present. And tonight on the agenda, we have a discussion and award of a bid regarding the natatorium wellness center for the We'll go ahead with our meeting. So first, please call roll.
Here. Here.
Here. Present. Thank you, clerk. We're all in. So. Stand there. Stand here. Just pull one of those tables out of the way. Oh, the presentation. Okay.
Well, for those. Hello?
We're delighted to be here to represent Schmidt Associates. Schmidt is celebrating its 50th year in business this year. And we have a long history of creating natatoriums for high school and university institutions. We created value for a lot of, I think we work in a whole lot of school districts in Indiana and a handful in Kentucky. We're based in Louisville, and we also have an office in Indianapolis. But I wanted to share that both me and Vina have ties to the city of Frankfort. I've lived here previously. I've lived deep in the county in Peaks Mill, spent time in Bald Knob. I've lived in downtown Frankfort and South Frankfort, and have a lot of friends in the community. So it means a lot to me to be awarded this project for you all. You deserve this, and thank you. It's really honored to be brought here, especially on a unanimous decision by
Okay. My name is Vina Reddy. I'm a principal and project architect at Smith Associates. I'm thrilled to be here as well. It was a blast to get into this project, sort of just dive right in, as we said at the interview, where we were given a program that they're really comfortable with because it is wellness and fitness and a natatorium. So it felt right for us. So we started to dive right in. I'm working a lot right up the street at KSU. So the first thing we did was get our partner from Element, Ramona Fly. She is doing work all over Frankfort. So we started to look at the spaghetti junction over here together to determine how we would start to think about this very compressed site and maximize the site and also maximize the value, the presence that it has on right off of MLK. So that was our first start. It was to think about how do we engage the view from Martin Luther King Boulevard um, and create enough parking to be amenable, but also really think about, well, this is a compressed site. We want to give you more program. We don't want to just give you parking when there's a ton of parking across the street that during most hours you will be able to use. So that was our starting point. Look at how do we engage the site properly. We also noticed that on the site there is a beautiful amount of natural making great auditorium space, great wellness space. You need it to be about you. So that's where we start, and we're going to do this again with you as we move to additions, more thinking about who you all are and how do you reflect this in the architecture and in the experience. Um, this piece I spoke to previously, really just wanting to understand how do we site this building. We know that there's opportunities to do this in phases, so I've also been thinking in the background, how do we make sure that we can provide for you what you need at the get-go, and then how do we next, if funding allows only for one portion of this development, and you know the priority is the natatorium, then we're going to start there. We'll develop a program that can be built out over the course of next question. So this is how we start a design process. We take all of the programmatic elements, a lot of times we really get with stakeholder engagement events, and what we ask what needs to go next to another. What is missing here? So all these parts and pieces, somebody might say, well, I really think we need a daycare, and that piece isn't in this particular project. But somebody might say that, and we'll take that into account. The support and community. So I think this is the things that we discovered during the interview process where we said we had a party room, we need event space, but maybe we want a party room right off the pool. So there's things yet to be discovered as we start to engage the community. Next slide, please. So here's the plan that we submitted, and you've seen it in the proposal, and we walked through it in the interview process as well. And what you're seeing here is in the blue is the natatorium portion of the building, and then in the green is the wellness center. And as you can see, they're kind of a yin yang space, and in the middle, in order to create the most amount of efficiency, that's where you get all the core shared spaces between the two. Not all the mechanicals. The mechanicals are pretty much independent, specifically because natatorium spaces really require a very different mechanical space than a fitness center. Both are pretty high, I would say, high energy systems, but that's another reason why we'll be exploring geothermal for at least a portion. What you're seeing in this slide, and you can go to the next slide, please. So this is an axonometric or a exploded version of a 3D of your space. And what you're seeing is that because it is a compressed site, we want to try to start stacking things. So on the natatorium side, what you're seeing is that the seating is actually raised above all of the locker spaces and some of the offices in order to create that efficiency and compaction. Also, we want to make sure that we get some really good views into some to the hints of where do we start building in windows, and you'll see that in the rendering further on. Again, we want more efficiency, and we also saw in RFP what you really want is one of those elevated tracks. So it's perfect because it creates an efficiency where you're stacking your weights and your cardio, and you're also stacking your super court and creating an elevated track above it with also some extra, plenty of extra group fitness spaces and some therapy, physiotherapy spaces, some saunas, just the things that your community deserves and wants. Another big important portion of this is the event space. It's an opportunity to make some revenue in this space. It's an opportunity to also have overflow from different events. Like if you're having a large meet, kids can stage in there, but you can also turn it over into a beautiful event space that opens out into some natural views or potentially an exterior patio. And you can, I think I'm pretty much through here. We wanted to just kind of pull up a rendering video of this space. So if you want to just pull up the video, you can see that. Now, things that we like to do at Smith is just make sure that the community knows what we're designing and that they can visualize it. So important aspects of that is creating some 3D walkthroughs or visualizations. So we started working on that for this part. Pardon me, dramatic music.
As you see these shiny images, we have not solidified the design. This will all change with your input, but we're really proud with the work we've gotten to so far.
I don't have anything else. I think we're ready to vote.
Okay. All right. Anybody else from the school board? All right. All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. All right. Any opposed? Motion carries. And now do we have a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Okay. Is there all in favor of adjourning? Indicate by saying aye. Aye. All right. We're adjourned. Thank you. Motion to
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion on this resolution? Commissioner Sparkville.
I just want to say thank you for giving us this, and then being able to kind of visual what our people look like as well. So thank you so much.
Any other discussion, questions? Seeing none, I'll ask the clerk to call for the vote.
Yes, if my name was called.
Yes.
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 Yes, and that motion carries. The resolution is adopted.
Motion to adjourn.
All those in favor of adjournment say aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned.
So I would like to ask the court for authorization to award a bid regarding the Matterport and the Wellness Center. Yep, yes. You guys, they note that yes, they will be providing that, but they've already voted on it committee, and it's in their minutes that the court commission is going to go ahead and pay the $50,000 to phase the project. So just to do a part. So I want to thank them. Yeah, absolutely. It's in their minutes, if we would get something from them and probably check those. As of right now, for the 50, as of right now for the 50,000, yes, we will take that. So they will give us a check. We will put it in an account for this. And as we proceed on this project, that will be determined as we move forward. So have the first and the second. Any more questions, questions, comments? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. Authorization. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. We're dismissed. Thank you.
Everybody,